Let's get to the bottom of this one. Unspoken truths that I miss one. Tap into the minds of the people. Rather acknowledge before I dismiss one. Atheists, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, they all got usage. All got perspective. It's a collective. Get to the bottom where the truth is. With our hearts uncovered. Where you detox from all of the lies you smothered. When them tries could have killed you. But with faith you recover. Yup. Peel off the makeup. We finna take off. Never said it'd be a cakewalk. Meditate till we charged up. Execute goes regardless. Decalcify my pineal. Breaking language barriers, we saw millennials. Plan is passing age rotations, down me we owe. So down me we know. Sometimes we can be slow, that's why my ears open. Every drop you add could complete the ocean. Speak up, play your part too. Been vulnerable, it's so hard to reflect on all the juice like torture. It's on you, tell the truth.
Yeah, we about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Listen. Yeah, aim in the fit so you see in the mirror. Play with your focus and watch it get clear. Polish your crown, turn it up if you will. You live in the root, release what you're fearing. And watch it all rise, the righteous will hear it. They calling us twisted, I'm not even caring. Because it's a scene, the mind is too barren. They won't even heal it, they pass it to cheering. We over here healing, conversing and listening. Know that the truth isn't always appealing, but end it with healing and find your beginning. Frequency positive, what you receiving. Perception is up to you, what you believing. What you retrieving, mentally speaking. Life that they breathing, no words from a heathen. Don't know it all, but together undefeated. Conversation, rather want it, you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah or Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the trial with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Conversation, rather want it, you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah or Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the trial with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen, hey. Yeah. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Praying for truth cause the world is so fickle. Keeping my mental, how clean is a whistle. Attention's a trap that can lead you astray. Sneering this ship through the storm and the haze. Real conversations are lost in the greed. Others get lost in the web that it weaves. Sift through the rhetoric, uncover schemes. Knowledge inherited, this is imperative. I got a lot on my mind and I'm sharing it. Apples to oranges, it ain't no comparisons. I'm the type that'll never break character. I'm the type to make memories and cherish them. Trust intuition and doubt of disparity. Pursuing the echoes of wisdom. Chasing that moment of clarity. Conversation, rather one if you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah or Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the track with the students and teachers. All got a voice, who the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Conversation, rather one if you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah or Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the track with the students and teachers. All got a voice, who the ears that'll listen. Who the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen.
It's on you, tell the truth.
Peace, everyone. I am Universe Badger. We have Moon Tortoise.
Moon Tortoise noises.
We have DDH the Bubble.
Oh.
We have Mama B. And
Mama B.
You're unmuted, sweetheart. You can say hi now.
Oh, hey guys.
We have SGF Graham, and I cannot. There you go, SGF Graham. Are you with me?
Peace. How y'all doing?
I miss your icon only because you got the new device.
Yeah. I'm about to load it up.
SGF,
Right.
do you want to go by 11? Is that what they say?
Levin is my alter ego when I'm really kicking esoteric, mystical type stuff.
Okay.
Or just going deep.
Ooh, might be context sensitive. Okay.
Okay, so welcome to the People's Podcast, the ears that will listen and where your opinion matters. Today Tonight, we step into a conversation many avoid, PTSD. It's not just post-stress disorder. It also is pain that stays dormant. And it's a silent storm that doesn't always roar, although it never truly sleeps. PTSD is a memory that stays even after the moment ended. It is the fear that appears although nothing is happening. It's the body remembering what the mind tried to forget. This episode of pain that stays dormant, the pain that hides, the pain that waits, the pain that refuses to go and resurface when life hits a familiar frequency. Before we begin, I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsor, Shimmerwood CBD infused seltzers. Keeping your mind steady and your spirit in line. Use our promo code and get 30% off your next order with The People. Moon Tortoise, you want to ask what the first question is?
I would love to, Badgers. Thank you so much. And the first question is, what does PTSD feel like when you're unaware you have it? How would that feel like?
Let's ask Mama B.
Mama B, what does PTSD feel like?
When you're
PTSD feel
unaware
like?
that you have it.
Yes.
It kind of, when you're unaware that you have it, it's these weird memories that pop up when you don't want them to pop up, that literally cripple your entire time frame. Because because when you go into a PTSD episode with a trigger memory, it actually takes you back to the time that trauma happened. So your brain is trying to be the person you were in that trauma, and you have to fight to be you. It's almost a fight really with your brain, because your brain's sending you back to that trauma without you knowing it's doing it. So your brain is against you in that moment. It really feels like a war between your current self and the trauma.
I like that. I like that, and I can resonate with that. Do you have a different feeling other than that, Moon Tortoise, what it feels like to you?
Well, it is like that. The subconscious is a funny thing. I think a lot of us run on it, probably way too much, more than we should. But it will kick in. I think one of the big things is that you'll notice it probably from others. That's something that happened to me. Was people like, why are you like this? Why do you do this? Why are you like this? And it was actually malicious, and I don't know. Maybe because I have a little bit of PTSD myself, its conflict is absolutely awful for me. And I'm not talking about like rolling my sleeves up and fist fighting with someone. I mean, sucks too. But emotional conflict. So
Your signal.
yeah, it kind of feels like being in a shell.
What was that last thing you said? Your signal went out.
I said it's emotional conflict. It feels like being in a shell a lot of the time.
Being stuck.
It's the total.
Yeah, you do feel stuck. PTSD doesn't always look like trauma, shaking, flashbacks, or nightmares. Sometimes it looks like the strongest person in the room who doesn't realize that they're surviving, they're not living, they're actually trying to survive. And I've said this before, that our brain goes in survival mode all the time. Our brain doesn't want to go back to that place, so it's always in protection mode. And you have these 3 stages of fight, flight, or freeze. And I'm a flight. Mama B says she's a freeze. Moon Tortoise is a fight. So
yeah, sometimes.
And we have ways of looking at things and not realizing it's not something that you can say, oh, you have PTSD by looking at a person. because sometimes we don't even know that we're dealing with it. SGF Graham, I'm ask you the same question before we let Mama B get into her story. What does PTSD feel like for people who don't even know they have it?
A constant loop that you keep putting you feel like eventually you taking yourself through this constant loop and nobody else can even help you. Right? You start to feel like that. At least me. I got super defensive over everything during that era. Like nobody couldn't say nothing to me without me trying to find the underlying negative meaning that they was meaning. Even if it wasn't nothing, I would create it. Um, it was a very dark moment dealing with PTSD for me.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Kendo, what does PTSD feel like for people who don't even know they have it?
Hello, hope all is well. And yeah, PTSD. It's a trigger word, I would say, for how things are for how you want to relapse with it. But for me, personally, it's like it comes and goes in waves when you least expect it. So it's like when you try to be completely better, but it relapses backwards, and you try to move forward, but it stops going backwards. So it just comes and goes on its own term. It comes unexpected.
Yeah. I've noticed with PTSD, you tend to feel guilty for things that you didn't even do. You tend to feel guilty for a lot of things that are out of your control. Um, Moon Tortoise, let's ask the next question before we get into telling stories.
Absolutely. I got a few things I would love to say on this, but I want to see the panel go around. I will say this next question, who I'm going to start with Mama B, I will ask, how does dormant trauma reshape everyday decisions for an individual?
I apologize.
Big time.
Go ahead. How?
I'm sorry?
Actually, it affects almost every decision because you're worried about your triggers. You're worried about, is this going to send me into some sort of reactive emotion? So I've got to like double check every decision I make according to how, like, I can't control other people, but I try to double check my decisions with my emotions. That way I don't get triggered because it'll happen abruptly without you knowing it. So you carry it with you all the time. So it's an all day occurrence. Like you don't forget that you have it.
Yeah.
Like every decision.
Every one of them.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to accidentally trigger yourself too. So you really got to like almost think ahead in every decision because you don't want to accidentally bring something up and cause a destruction of your entire day or week.
Okay, 1 second. So Kendo, how does dormant trauma reshape you everyday situations or decisions, I meant?
That's kind of hard to answer on a good day, I would say. It happens on its own terms, I think. So it's basically just learning how to deal with it on a second basis. So every time you think about something, you just try to distract yourself with something else. So it's a little bit hard to properly answer that, if that makes sense.
Yeah. SGF Graham, how does dormant trauma reshape everyday decisions?
You scared to make them same mistakes again, for fear of the same outcome. Um, So you tread soft, you walk around like you're on eggshells or things of that nature.
Um, I agree. Sometimes you choose safety over opportunities. Sometimes we overthink simple decisions. Sometimes you don't trust your own thoughts, let alone somebody else's. Sometimes you avoid loud, loud, large crowds, unfamiliar people. Sometimes it looks bad. Sometimes you sleep all day. Sometimes it looks like you're extremely depressed when you're really not depressed. You just are dealing with emotions that you feel overwhelmed. Some days it looks like you're just going to cry all day. um, Moon Tortoise, how does it look like to you?
It's there's this word insecurity, and it doesn't sound very bad, but it can be really, really hard for some people. I'm probably going to say this throughout the entire podcast, but some of the people with the worst PTSD I've ever met were some really tough people I knew. So this is not subjective to being weak or tough. As a matter of fact, I know a lot of people who are tough because of PTSD. But one of the biggest things is avoidance. Like avoidance to stimuli is a big thing. And you'll notice that, and it can be something small as I don't really want to go to the party or anything. You might notice patterns. When it becomes patternistic is when it becomes bad. But avoidance is the biggest thing that I've noticed like that from personal experience and talking to others.
And also I've noticed that we tend to stay in situations that no longer serve us. And it's not because we want to be where we don't belong. It's because of fear of making same mistakes, or it can also be because of you're trying to please other people. You got that people pleasing thing, and you don't want to hurt people's feelings. You're trying to make sure that you're doing the right thing because you don't want to cause that pain on another person that you feel within yourself. And staying with people that are familiar to us, even if we don't belong with them, sometimes is a safety net for us. And that's what I've learned. Mama B, I want you to talk about when was the first time you where'd you get your PTSD from the beginning?
From the beginning, well, I didn't have the best upbringing as a child, but I was homeless a lot. Didn't know if I was going to be able to eat dinner, but my PTSD started around 12, between 12 and 14, because I was being sexually assaulted by a family member repeatedly, and he threatened my life if I said anything. And then that led to years of over sexualizing myself. And then at 21, I was attacked. I was stabbed, and that also triggered some sort of, not triggered, but it became a moment for me that I didn't like to relive, but I relived it a lot. So mine started at 12. It didn't really end till about 22. And I also want to touch on, you said it's sometimes a reaction, whereas in severe cases, it's almost always. We have to rethink what we're going to do, that way we don't get triggered into a memory and into a PTSD moment. And then he also brought up insecurities. I've also fought with the fact that, can I tell people that I have PTSD? Like, is it okay for them to know? How are they going to treat me if they know? But my started at 12.
So
and then
I'm gonna ask everybody when they're started, and then I'm gonna come back to you because I want you to tell me, how did you realize it was PTSD and when did you realize it was? So I'm gonna ask everybody when they're started. So Moon Tortoise, when did your PTSD start?
I was trying to unmute. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Mom, thank you for sharing. That wasn't easy. And it never is. Mine
He said
started.
thank you for sharing. It wasn't easy. I was repeating what you said because you went out. He said thank you for sharing, Mama B.
Oh, I hate my signal. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Mine started really early. My grandpa passed away. I was still in like first grade or something. And I noticed my mom was getting really, really rough, mean when we were alone. And when my grandfather died, I actually had to sleep with her for the first time. And she felt bad and she did hold me close, but the smell of like Milwaukee's Best wafting off of her, that was the first thing that stuck into my head and it made me feel weird. But she just got more and more brutal. So it's really kind of hard to pin down when it started. I mean, I remember like in real early grade school freaking out. I didn't want to go to school because I was up all night because we had to leave and crawl out the window because she was trying to break in the room and fight us and scream. I don't remember when it got real bad. I remember my brother, she drank more with him. She drank with me too, but like in vitro. I don't know. I was a little kid. It just started freaking immediately. And the thing is with PTSD, it's never a contest or anything, and it's not something I want to ever win at or anything. So, trauma is shared equally. It's really pain. It's just pain, and so I do a podcast because I find everyday life is very hard, and I want to find out why that is and do as much as I can to help fix that for myself and others. Because it's painful.
So, Kendall, when did your PTSD start?
I would say maybe around age 10 to age 15, that took very dramatic situations at a certain age. And my whole collaboration for what I've been dealing with, it's just a whole crap load of, I can't keep up. So the way I can say it is just basically being taken advantage of in the wrong terms and then some. I can't say it properly online, so I won't get in trouble with that part. So, and then at the age 10, it's just surgeries and being severely bullied. Age 3, open heart surgery. Age 18, 3 major back surgeries. So it's just something else that causes types of PTSD versus, what is it? Human conflicts. So it's a whole collaboration of what not to do in life.
SGF Graham, and thank you for sharing that. SGF Graham, when did your PTSD start?
9 years old. Yep, 9 years old, and whatever it was, it didn't end until 36, 37. That's when I realized that I've been tripping hard on certain things because of what I dealt with at that time in my life. That was about the time I let it all go.
So for me, my PTSD started early on too. I can't say it started at birth, but I was born breech with the cord around my neck. They pulled me out and put me back in and turned me around after they removed the cord. And from there out, I don't think I was supposed to be here because like my mom was abusive and she left me a lot. We watched her try unaliven herself with Pepto-Bismol a lot when I was like 5 and 6. And I remember constantly getting hit. And then she started afterwards, I kept going back to her. And even though she kept dropping me back off, saying she didn't want me and she used to beat me and I would hide in closets, she started touching me inappropriately then. And I believe it stemmed from that ever since I was younger. I never had a really good family upbringing, seeing love and stuff. Everybody was sleeping with everybody. So then I thought that's the only thing I was good for. So I started doing that too at 16. And no one really wanted me around, but a lot of people wanted to touch me. So I was really not, I didn't love myself. And the same time that Mama B was fighting for her life, I too was fighting for mine. And I literally was begging for it. And then it happened a week later by the same person after I already changed the locks, kicked them out, got rid of them. And that'll be 8 years ago in April. Well, May for us. So that it happened, and then it happened again. And then the next time it happened, I end up calling her. I had her child with me, and I am calling her. She could barely move. She just got out the hospital, was still tubes and stuff pulled out of her, but she still had like a drainage thing, and she had to come get her son from me. And I'm grateful for that day though, because after that spiral of going downhill and me just seeing what I was doing to myself and how I was allowing other people, and I realized it was PTSD, that I started healing. And I don't think if that day happened that I would be who I am today. So even though I can speak on it now and not like it hurt, like it happened to me, I speak on it now like a story that was told to me because I disassociate a lot and because I'm healing from it. And I stopped drinking and I stopped doing things to numb the pain and started doing the shadow work to heal the pain. And even though it caused a lot of pain for me, I'm grateful that it happened. I love me more now than I ever had. And I didn't think I was worth anything. So, Mama B, what did your last traumatic event do for you within healing of the PTSD? I know you had to see counseling and stuff. What did it do for you though?
Oh, my last event was, I would say, worse than the rest of my moments because I almost died. So it kind of made me see a different side of things. So after my last event in 2018, I've of course I went to therapy. I kind of tried to figure out what was best for me, and I noticed that the people around me had a big effect on my episodes. So I had to change my entire environment kind of to help from instead of going into an episode, I was able to sit with myself and kind of talk myself through it rather than being in it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I had to remap my entire life really because I realized like it this isn't gonna go away, and if I let it, it's gonna get worse. So I decided like I'm not gonna let it get worse. I'm going to conquer this. I'm going to make sure that my life is still good aside from my trauma. So I re-evaluated my friends and the family I kept close and the people I had around me. And then once I did that, it was my triggers were less, my flashbacks were less, and it was kind of like it was like a weird smack me moment where I realized my environment beforehand kind of it helped my PTSD, but not me. So when I reevaluated my entire environment, I was able to start healing from old traumas, not the newest, but the old ones, and kind of grow from the old ones to conquer the newest one, if that makes sense. And I was able to like sit back and realize when I was in a flashback.
So do you want to tell the story of what happened?
I can, yeah.
Okay.
So in 2017, I got a kidney infection and got fired from my job that I had for 5 years. So I started working at a new job. I started working at a new factory. And I met who is now my fiance, but he was going through a really wicked separation with someone he'd been with for 8 years. And once they were separated, and then I was separated with who I was with. So we didn't decide to date, but we decided to go to the mall just to have a date together, like to see who we were outside of work. But the night before, his ex-wife, unbeknownst to me, was 10 weeks pregnant, tried to overdose because he had left the marriage. It didn't work. So she got out of the hospital, and while we were resting because he had stayed up all night with their 4 kids already because she was going through it. She was going through it. So when I picked him up in the morning, I said, "Hey, we can rest. You want to rest? We can go somewhere to stop. We don't have to go to the mall." So he rested. We got a hotel room for him to rest. I was playing on my phone while he was trying to get some sleep, and all of a sudden, she broke into our room and just started swinging with a double-bladed hunting knife. So this knife was technically illegal. It was his hunting knife. It was his fillet knife for deer. And she just started swinging. So in the end of the brawl, she had stabbed me twice, stabbed him 5 times. He was fighting her. I wasn't. I'm a freeze. Come fight or flight, I freeze. I just froze. I didn't know what to do. So she got me twice. She got me in the back, through my right rib cage, and into my right lung. And then she got me in my right leg, in my underside of my thigh muscle, so I couldn't put pressure on my right leg. In his fight, she got him about 5 times. So then afterwards, she got him in the fight. She got him in the shoulder, the left arm, and then she swung at him enough to sever all of his right forearm muscle, tendon, and nerves. And in the fight, to try to get the knife, he severed his left thumb muscle or nerve. And then she left again, and then came back around without the blade, grabbed me by my hair, and dragged me out to the balcony and started to beat on me. So she gave me a black eye, busted cheek, and bruised some of my ribs. And then she just took off. She was later found at her parents' house because her dad called her in. Her dad turned her in. I had a deflated right lung, and she cut 2 muscles in the back of my right leg. So I got some staples. I had a chest tube to clear the fluid from my lung. I was in the hospital for almost a week, just over a week, 10 days, I think. He had to have surgery to reconstruct his entire right forearm because she severed every tendon, every muscle, and every nerve from his wrist to his elbow. So I sat a week in the hospital for my lung because the scar tissue wouldn't heal right in the stab wound, so the fluid wouldn't stop building up. So I had to have my chest tube for longer than normal. But I got out 10 days. He had to have major surgery on his forearm to pull what they could down to his forearm for reconstruction. When I got home, um, I had 6 staples in my back and 4 staples or 5 staples in my leg, with an open wound on my right rib, because I guess when you have an internal wound, they can't stitch it. It has to heal from the inside out. And the wound was about a quarter size altogether. So that had to heal on its own. So I had to patch that. I came home with stuff to take care of that. I was on pain meds for 2 weeks because, well, I have asthma already. So I was on a breathing treatment, I was on pain meds, and then I had to do one of those weird, like, hospital. Uh, if you've ever been in the hospital for like any sort of respiratory issue, you have to breathe in this funky little container to make sure your chest or make sure your lungs can expand the way they should. I had that tool for 2 weeks. My chest tube scar didn't heal until a month after. And because of this, I was fired from my job. So I had no income. I was living with my parents, and I was really injured. So it really put me in a place mentally where I felt like I was a burden. I was garbage to everyone around me because I couldn't uphold to my own responsibilities. And it took me with some physical therapy for my arm because I couldn't move my right arm right due to the incision in my chest. I also had a rib in my right rib cage that popped out of place. So I had to go get that popped back. I had to get that popped back in place. I had to go through physical therapy for my right arm because I lost movement in my right arm and shoulder. It took me I'd say like 3 months to get back to some sort of normal. And that my PTSD was at its worst because I had nothing. I had lost my job. I was living back with my parents. I had my son to raise. So it was really like a hit in the face, a really hard one.
May I ask what the hell the reasoning was for firing you?
So I had just been hired. I worked originally through a temp service, and I had just been hired in 2 months earlier. So my medical and my coverage didn't kick in yet. So I was overdue on my time off, and they couldn't give me FMLA because I didn't earn it yet, I guess, in their guidelines. So I was cut from the crew.
Okay. That's pretty terrible.
Which in the long run is a blessing in disguise because it helped her grow tremendously, and she is able to do things and not go back to the facilities in the factories. And she was in factories doing men labor, and they slaved her and they mistreated her. So in the long run, it was kind of a blessing.
Now, yeah, I would say I wouldn't work there again for sure.
They were,
but then it was like a smack to the face.
Yeah, but they were treating you bad. Really bad.
It's terrible. I wish it was the opposite. I'll do everything to keep making it the opposite. I would like to add that's a hideous story. I'm really glad that you're sitting here talking to us. People at home, and I've heard this from numerous Army guys and everything. You see someone pull a knife out with the intent to hurt you with a knife, you run. You get the fuck out of there as fast as you can. Do not choose to be a hero. Nobody wants to be in a knife fight. It's deadly dangerous, even with someone who doesn't know how to use a knife.
I didn't see the knife first. I didn't see the knife at first, and when he yelled, "Why do you have a knife?" I froze because I was abused through childhood. My mom wasn't the nicest. My father was even meaner. And I've been with a few people who were even worse. So I freeze. And I didn't know what to do because I just I tried hiding actually under the blanket. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't move. I couldn't get up. I couldn't run. I just froze.
That's valid. That's
I'm hiding under the blanket. The monster won't see me, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys got cornered too. This is not a situation. Do everything you can. You know, this is just for anybody in that situation to not be in that situation. It's terrifying and horrible.
So imagine someone who already wasn't stable in their mindset, tried ending their own life before that, and being pregnant, and their hormones are messed up because of the pregnancy, that they're not thinking rationally because she left twice, right?
Yes. Yep.
And came back. So it wasn't that she stood there and just reacted. She was not thinking properly for a while because she left and came back, left and came back. She went home one of the times, right? And came back?
The last time, yeah, she fled the last time after she brought me out to the balcony and then beat the living hell out of me. She left.
So it wasn't something that was planned, and it wasn't something that thought about. It was a reactive, but they were already unstable when they first were reacting because they already tried.
I'm not trying to defend her, but
No.
she also has PTSD. She has BPD, and she also has moments of memory lapse due to the fact that she hasn't taken care of her mental state very well. I'm not trying to give her a reason, but with those illnesses intact, right behind a suicide attempt.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
So the reason why I mentioned all that is because I want people to see signs. They can show you that they're not okay. Even myself, I would had signs of me not being okay, but people overlook those signs. And good thing I wasn't in that situation. But I mean, we all could have been in that situation. Because when you're not okay mentally or physically or emotionally, you don't think radically. You think erratic. You don't think rationally. You don't think, especially if you're in a state of
kind of
survival.
It's kind of a blackout moment. I speak to her now, 7 years past.
Yeah.
It's kind of a blackout moment, as she described it. It's like after all of, because she was already in in a mental lapse when she tried to commit, and then that lapse didn't go away. She was still in that mental lapse. So she describes it as like a total blackout, and she was just reacting in anger because with her mental illnesses, she just reacts anger. I'm not trying to give her a reason, but that's the way she explained it to me.
And now I want to say though, the reason why you're able to speak to her now is because she gave birth while she was in prison, right?
Yes. Yep.
And you helped raise that baby.
I have raised that baby. Yep. She's 7 now.
Yes. At the time though, it was a baby, and you took that responsibility to help raise that baby. And then also, one thing I can say personally that I know for a fact, you never talked down on her to her children. So they never got to see that light of her. They know the story because they were old enough to know the story. But no one
They only know the basic story. They don't know like the fact
the
that she
in-depth.
tried to commit the night before. They don't know the fights. Like they only know what she did and why she's where she is.
And then after the fact, you end up having 2 children, twins by him. So you have siblings now.
Yep.
So now
they
it's
connect the family.
Yeah, so now it's a connected family. So what I love most about you is that you didn't allow your PTSD to hold a grudge of hatred, because it could have.
I did for 2 years. For the
Mhm.
first 2 years, I did. And
What
then
helped?
I kind of realized, well, for the first 2 years, I kind of did. But those were also the years where she was still trying to invade in the kids' privacy everywhere she could. And I felt that was wrong. But then I actually sat down with her mom and we talked a lot about, her side of things, her mom's side of things, my side of things. And I realized she was just not in a stable mind, and it wasn't on purpose. So it kind of flipped a switch. So we were able to, like reach on a level ground where I'm not trying to take her place. I'm just here until she gets home. And once she realized that, it became like a whole new person, or she became a whole new person, because once she realized I wasn't trying to take her place, I wasn't trying to control things, she kind of like relaxed a lot, actually, because she thought I was, taking over, taking her kids, taking her life. No, I'm just here for your kids while you're gone. And now we're at a stable situation where we have clear communication about all of the kids, my 3 and her 5. And once that kind of understanding where the resentment, once I lost my resentment towards what she did to me, it was like I was able to breathe and become friendly enough with her to keep her in the loop, I guess.
That's not the resolution I don't think many
It was
people are expecting.
no one expected any of it. Everybody still looks at me like I'm really stupid for finding a friendship with her, but
I don't
now
think
that I
you are.
know now that I know that she was also in a mental lapse, it wasn't some revenge stunt that she did. It's helped me kind of reconcile with the entire situation. Towards her anyway, not towards the actual incident. So we're able to be friendly enough as like mom to mom kind of situation. And it's made things a lot easier, actually.
Can I say the people that think that you're stupid for being friends with her are people that have to have some kind of out. They don't know how to heal. They have to have some kind of revenge, some kind of justification. They don't know how to heal. You seeing her in a different light and putting yourself in her shoes is the reason why you're able to speak to her. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for not holding a grudge. I don't think you're stupid for being able to communicate with her. To be able to relate to her and not take away from what she did and not okaying what she did means that you're a better and bigger person to me. Because who you used to be and who you are today, not even the same people, not even a little.
Well, you know firsthand who I used to be.
Yeah.
I was a spiteful, petty young woman who wanted to take my hurt out on anybody else who I thought did me wrong. And now it's more of a put myself in their shoes kind of thing, because I now know what my instability is, and I'd like to see what yours is before I cast judgment.
Do you believe that you used to be a victim that was spiteful?
Yes, I was. I was for sure, for many years.
And that's hard. That's part of the healing. That's part of doing that shadow work, realizing what caused the PTSD, owning it, and overcoming. A lot of people stay in the victim mindset and they're still spiteful and they're not ready to grow. And then there's those that see that situation and decide that they can be bigger and better than. And I don't know, I'm honored and grateful that. Go ahead.
I love that. It took me till I was about 20, 21-ish. It was about 20, right before the attack, when I was really thinking back, like, hey, I was kind of a shitty person. You know, I was taking my trauma and my feelings about my trauma, I was taking them out on everybody else around me. I was the mean girl that nobody liked. I held grudges for no reason. And you know, personally, like, I would like nitpick every little thing I could to try to find a problem. And when I finally realized that, like, that's dirty, that's not who I am, that's not right, and it was because of me and how I felt, not because of them. That was kind of like a snap moment where I'm like, wait a second, this isn't right. It took me a couple years to like really fix that, but it was a snap moment.
And for those that don't know, our relationship, we share a child. And I'm going to say this as blunted as it may be, even though I am not the male that gave birth to the child, I am the father figure of that child. We share a child. We raised a child together. And I was exactly like she was, down to the age we had our children, to everything we went through, and how we became who we are today. And we both shared a traumatic event at the exact same time. And I had to fight her to be back into his life again, because she was mad at me for me going through the same experience she went through, and she was holding it against me. And then she realized that she also went through the same thing, and that she can't be mad at me for life happening, and that I still care for the child and I will never let the child be harmed. So, I mean, we grew
You've,
together. We grew
you've
together.
always had his best interest. And I didn't see that till later on, but you have always had his best interest in hand. And it's almost like I didn't want to see that, but I want him to have everybody in his corner that he can have in his corner. And I know that you're his biggest supporter, aside from myself.
Yeah. That's my child. I mean, that's my heart. That's my everything. That was my reason that I got better too, as well as her reason that she got better. That was my reason I got better. I can't say I got better because of my child, because my child was a grown person. I got better because of her child. Because I didn't want him to see what I've been through. I want him to see who I am. And then the same reason why she got better.
I want him to be better than me. And for him to be better than me, I have to heal myself.
Yes.
But I would like to keep kind of the end of the show, like we always talk about, on positives and resolution.
I want to talk about resolutions, but I want to ask SGF Graham or Kendall if they have anything to say on the subject and if they want to add to it. So, SGF Graham, do you have anything you want to add to it or say about PTSD and having to go through something in order to grow? SGF Graham, did you fall asleep? Must have. Kendall, do you have anything to say?
Of course I do. And that's just me though. I'm just gonna say I'm very proud of you guys for being very upfront, being very honest and brave for speaking on such trials and ordeals for what you've all been through. So on behalf of everything else that's been going on, thank you for being honest and just sharing your journey with me and for the podcast that's out there. So yeah, I'm gonna say I'm very proud of you guys. You got this.
So, Kendall, what was your moment where you realized you had to grow real quick?
Oh boy. I'm gonna say multiple trials. I really can't decide when I had to grow up. It's just one of those things I had to just realize it very quickly. Either it's gonna make it or break it type situation. So that happened maybe 2 years ago when I decided that I had enough and that I just took things on my own terms since then. Part of my voice, I'm still in recovery mode. So yeah, it's just one of those things I had to realize what I was doing, what I wasn't doing that was proper or not proper for my terms of my life. So it's the small steps that you have to do, just realization of things for what you want to do. As I'm dropping stuff. Okay.
So what is your resolution to PTSD, Kendall?
You can overcome just about anything you choose to. Do not hold grudges. Do not be. You got to heal properly for the letting go of the grudges, if that makes sense. You got to be willing to heal if you want to heal. You can't heal if you can't choose to heal.
Yep.
Okay.
My turn to talk.
Yes, I asked you. So what was your I texted you and I forgot
No.
to ask you. No? Yes. Can you not hear us?
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, hold up. Let me see. When did you realize you had to grow? When nothing was growing. When I was stuck in the same place, just doing the same thing, complaining about the same things, and it was like I said, that loop. Where it felt like I was in a rat wheel. Something had to change, and it was me.
Yep. Yes.
So what was the resolution besides you just had to change? Give us we're going to do resolutions and then positive outcomes or
Quotes.
affirmations, quotes, whatever.
Yeah.
So what's a resolution? SGF Graham. He can't probably hear me.
I don't. It could be what's
Ask him.
happening. Ask Jeff. Can you hear us? Can Levin hear us?
No.
I'm gonna do that. No, he would have answered. One of them.
He's saying something.
I can hear you.
I can't hear anything you guys are saying. Me.
Anything you're saying, Kim, just everybody else.
He can hear what you're saying, Mama B. So ask him, what is the resolution?
What is your resolution?
SGF Graham.
SGF Graham. Yeah, SGF Graham. What is the resolution?
There it is.
Nope.
Nope.
You can't hear nobody. Okay. I'm gonna tell him you can't hear nobody.
Resolution.
Okay, you say it, Moon Tortoise. What is your resolution?
What is my resolution? Okay, I'm glad you asked. I beat my brother mercilessly, viciously, bloody, for years because I was lashing out from what my mom was putting us through. And I've now understood this until we discovered alcohol together. Then we drank and we beat each other. And then we quit drinking. And now we're best friends. So, that's my resolution right there. I mean, you can go through a minefield with somebody, you can put each other through hell, but to find balance and understanding in the universe is to find balance and understanding. It's just that.
Let's see if he can see it. I asked him what is the resolution through the private chat, so let's see it.
That was my experience of resolution. It was beautiful, and it still continues to be.
No. I don't know. He can't hear nobody.
Dang it.
Yeah, I can't do anything about muting them or unmuting them. But anyway, so for me, the resolution would be to take yourself out of your shoes and realize what you'd want someone else to do. Find out who you are. Start loving who you are. Stop listening to your mind in its fight or flight mode, in its trauma state, and start listening with your heart. Start seeing people the way you want to be seen. And show that love that you've never shown. I really think you need to talk to somebody. I think you need to realize nothing happens to you and it only happens for you. And learn that lesson and grow from it. But don't hold it in and don't bottle it up and don't allow it to become you. You have to become bigger than it. So that's my resolution to it. So let's do positive affirmations or quotes or whatever. Let's end it positively. Moon Tortoise.
Let's end it positively. Wow, I didn't have anything. I thought my resolution was pretty positive. I guess look at the bigger picture. I think very few things have a simple answer. So consider all aspects before you act adversely or impulsively. See how that works for you.
I also I didn't understand this till I was older, but my grandma always used to say, think positive, get positive. So if you put more positive affirmations in your life, it'll be easier to receive those positive solutions. So I live by that now. You think positive, you get positive, and it's easy to see the good things rather than dwell in the bad things.
Indeed.
First, he said he could hear everybody but me. Now he said he can't hear nobody in the last 3 minutes. So hopefully he just says what he needs to say. Point to him, everybody.
Yes. Hopefully, I got to run out the door before the place closes. I'm out of time. I was out of time at 9. I forgot we started late.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say my positive message would be love yourself, keep loving life, and see the beauty in every situation. He said the resolution in his opinion is forgiveness of self and silence with a little understanding. Firm for someone every now and then. That's his resolution.
A little understanding from someone every now and then. It makes sense.
Yeah, but he did. That says firm.
Makes sense, yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, start realizing how beautiful life is, and that you're here for a lesson, and you're going to keep repeating cycles over and over and over and over and over and over until you learn it. So start learning, so you can stop going through the trauma. All right, may everyone's night.
We got Kendall though.
Oh yeah, Kendall. I thought Kendall said her fact. I'm hearing you. I thought Kendall said her.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to badger you. I just want to stop you.
Oh no, I'm good. It's all good.
I gotta do the outro before I get badgered again. I have to mention my sponsor. I just have to. But anyhow, so we can get paid. So
yes, I agree.
It just makes sense. Kendall, your positive thing.
Don't throw a table unless you want the table to be thrown at you. I don't know. I got nothing at the moment.
Don't throw a table. Or just say it again. Say it again, Kendall.
Yeah.
Don't throw the table unless you want the table to be thrown at you.
That's so true. I love that. SGF Graham's positive quotes. There is more to continue for than to give up on. Keep going. Thank you, everyone.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into the People's Podcast, the ears that will listen and where your opinion matters. Tonight, we open the door to the silence battle that many carry every day. The signs of PTSD that often goes unnoticed, unspoken, and misunderstood. Healing begins with the truth where the truth is allowed to breathe, when pain is allowed to speak, and when we create space for others to be seen. A special thanks to our sponsor for supporting the conversation that truly matters. Use our promo code ThePeople to get 30% off your next can from Shimmerwood Beverages. CBD sparkling seltzers. As you step into the rest of your night, remember this awareness centers understanding. Understanding creates compassion, and compassion creates change. So be the change you want to see. May your night be full of positive energy and high vibrations, peace and love. And thank you for tuning in, everyone. And thank you, Mama B. I love you to pieces.
Yes.
I love you too. Thank you guys for having me on here.
Yes.
Let's get to the bottom of this one. Unspoken truths that I miss one. Tap into the minds of the people, rather acknowledge before I dismiss one. Atheists, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, they all got usage. All got perspective, it's a collective. Get to the bottom where the truth is, where the heart's uncovered. Where you detox from all of the lies you smothered. Where them tries could have killed you, but with faith you recover. Yeah, peel off the makeup, we finna take off. Never said it'd be a cakewalk. Meditate till we charged up, that's Hugo's regardless. Decalcify my pineal. Breaking language barriers, we saw millennials. Planets passing age rotations, down me we owe. So down me we know. Sometimes we can be slow, that's why my ears open. Every drop you add could complete the ocean. Speak up, play your part too. Been vulnerable, it's so hard to reflect on all the juice like torture. It's on you, tell the truth.
Yeah, we about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Listen. Yeah, aim in the fit so you see in the mirror. Play with your focus and watch it get clear. Polish your crown, turn it up if you will. You live in the lies, the righteous will hear it. They calling us twisted, I'm not even caring. Because it's unseen, the mind is too barren. They won't even heal it, they pass it to cheering. We over here healing, conversing and listening. Know that the truth isn't always appealing, but end it with healing and find your beginning. Frequency positive, what you receiving. Perception is up to you, what you believing. What you retrieving, mentally speaking. Life that they breathing, no words from a heathen. Don't know it all, but together undefeated. Conversation, rather want it, you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah or Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the trial with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Conversation, rather want it, you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah or Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the trial with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen, hey. Yeah, yeah. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Praying for truth cause the world is so fickle. Keeping my mental, how clean is a whistle. Attention's a trap, they can lead you astray. Smearing this shit through the storm and the haze. Real conversations are lost in the greed. Others get lost in the web that it weaves. Sift through the rhetoric, uncover schemes. Knowledge inherited, this is imperative. I got a lot on my mind and I'm sharing it. Apples to oranges, it ain't no comparisons. I'm the type that'll never break character. I'm the type to make memories and cherish them. Trust intuition and doubt or disparity. Pursuing the echoes of wisdom. Chasing that moment of clarity. Conversation, rather one if you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah or Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the track with the students and teachers. All got a voice who the ears that'll listen.